Alan, considering everything that's gone on in the last fortnight, going back to Southend and Paddy last week, Banbury, Becky leaving, that was a very welcome 3 points.
Massive. I was a little bit late today because I was busy doing pitch inspections for the FVR being called up on my new role, funnily enough. But no, I'm just so pleased the lads got the points on board because they worked the socks off. They thoroughly deserved it. Started so I think you could see them started nervous, a little bit unsure of what to expect. I think the whole place was a little bit nervous and absolutely disgusting. 10 minutes, to be honest, we couldn't get to grips with their shape. Then once we did, it took the goal to kickstart, we mind you. Really poor defending, and we know that. Too many free kicks away again, cheap free kicks. But after the goal, I thought we come into our own and then start playing with stuff and caused them umpteen problems when we were going forward. The only problem was when they were causing those problems quite easily, especially down that right-hand side. So it wasn't a fantastic performance as in such dominating the game, but the grittiness, the determination, the fight, the desire to win a game of football, the ugly side of it, that was in an abundance, and I think the fans appreciated that at the end.
As you say there, it doesn't matter how you win matches at the moment, as long as you get the 3 points. If it's a scrappy 3 points, then great.
We've got the quality to win games of football. We know that. We'll score goals without a shadow of a doubt. And like you say, today was all about the 3 points because of the 2 weeks that we've had. And it's been a hell of a 2 weeks. It's toughest I've ever had. And today, what a relief that was to get them 3 points. But not just for me, for the fans. It was more importantly for the players, really. It's because it's been really tough for them. They've dealt with a lot of emotional stuff with Paddy, and the waste of a travel down to Banbury, staying overnight for nothing, costing the club a fortune, and then all of a sudden Becky's gone. So listen, we've had a tough couple of weeks, but the lads have shown what they're all about, the character, and that's what I loved. That's a team of mine there.
Jack Lambert equalised for us. It was well created though. Ken Felix kept battling right away to the end to set it up with Jacob Hazel.
Kane is a workhorse. You watch him and he's got them legs again. He gets him in. I remember I had Jamie Holmes who used to do the similar kind of thing where he used to get his legs in and wrap round and get the ball back. Kane never stops, and when he does that, he puts defence under so much pressure. Done exceptionally well, and I was really surprised, to be honest, that he has passed it. So he's 16 yards out. I fancied Hayes to have a shot, but he's done the right decision that time, and Jack does what he does best. He ties it right back up in knots and then smashes it in. Yeah.
Talking about Kane there, talking about him attacking, but as well he's dead handy to have there as an extra right back, because when Spennymoor were putting the pressure on, he was putting tackles in over by our corner flag.
No, as I say, the workload from the lads was fantastic, and people don't see that from Kane. He's, as well as he's such a threat that way, he also helps out massively defensively, and it's a hard slog for lads who do that, because he's got so much pace that we want to use him all the time. And I remember at Southend, I think it was the 80th minute, and we kept putting it on him, and you can't do it all the time. And I think today was a little bit better. We didn't force it down his throat. We kept switching the play, and we were getting a little bit of an outlet from him. So it was great, but it was nice to see the other lads come on as well.
Jacob Hazel made it 2-1. I thought it was a header, so did everybody else, but he's confessed it's come off his shoulder.
He said it's come off his shoulder, and listen, we got done at Southend, they'd come off the hand, simple as that. And when you look at it from the other angle, it's quite clear it comes off the hand. But these when things are going for you, you take them, and we deserved that little bit of luck because of what we've been through. And I say that he's still in good areas, and I keep saying that he's always a nuisance. He's probably disappointed he never got a hat-trick, but I think that ball was just over and behind him and he couldn't get his head onto it. But I say it's a blow losing Becky, let's make no bones about it. But when you've got someone who scores goals like his, and then you've got Jack as well, Kane, it's not such a massive blow. And we will be looking to strengthen. I have got bids in for players, and we'll see how that develops. Yeah,
got to mention the third goal. Lovely ball through by Ben Little, straight into Jacob's stride.
Fantastic. It's probably really harsh on Ben that he hasn't been playing, but when you've got two forwards in Becky and Hayes who are scoring goals and in form, you need to play them. And we played better football with Ben in the team, and we've said that, the lads know that. We'll probably play a lot more, and Ben is so effective in what he does. Probably needs to settle down on his tackling a little bit. He's got a bit of his dad's mentality in there when you see that. But no, it was a great way to pass through, and Hayes has took it lovely, and he's just slotted in the corner. You fancy him one-on-one all the time. He is now, because he's that much full of confidence. Yeah.
We made it tricky for ourselves, though. Conceded one for 3-2, and then we were hanging on a bit after that, weren't we?
That's us in a nutshell, isn't it? We're so comfortable, never looking any danger, then all of a sudden, absolutely shambolic bit of defending, no communication. So that's where you look, there's fatigue coming in there, there's tiredness, and is it the part of the week? So I'm looking to change it, and you're dying for a centre half to come on and go a centre back there and make the 3 centre back. In the end, we bring young Nathan on, move Ben right back and Hoy Griffin as a centre back alongside Jake and Jazz to get the job done, and thankfully that worked.
We brought in young Nathan there. He looked quite useful there in the brief spell that he was on.
Yeah, so you look at the clips and you get feedback, and spoke to Danny Ellis about him as well, funnily enough, and he said he'd do an absolutely fantastic job for us. So if it comes from Danny, you know what you're going to get. He's going to give 100%. You can see him. He's a tough lad. I've just seen both of them in there, and they're going to be quite physical. They might not be your 6 foot plus, but they're both quick, they're both athletic, and they both want to learn, which is the biggest thing for me. They'll both improve with their time here, and we'll see if we can get some minutes off them on Tuesday. Before
the game, he asked for backing from the fans, and I think today that they well and truly backed the team all the way through.
Yeah, they did. They were fantastic today. We had a little bit of a lull, I think, when Spenny had the bit on top, but the fans were fantastic, and I say it's been a tough week for them, and I know they must be sick of it, of the top players leaving every January, and not as sick as me, believe me, but we get on with it, and that's what we do at this club, and it'll happen again. No doubt it will happen again. Unfortunately, we will lose top players because we can't do what we need to do, but it's not for want to try, that's a certainty. And as long as lads are giving me that, and the lads that we keep bringing in keep giving me the same, we'll just keep progressing as a club in a sustainable manner.
We're third in the table still, and we've got Southpaw coming up on Tuesday night, and we'd love to take another 3 points out of that one.
Been another tough game, different ball game altogether. We know what's coming. There's going to be the long ball, long throws, balls into the box. We've got to defend them, set players, so we need to be on it. And the lads know that. I've told them that. And obviously there's a rugby game on the pitch as it is now, so the pitch is not going to be in perfect condition. But listen, it's the same for both teams. If we battle like that, we'll win the game, because we've got the quality in that end to go and win it. I would like to have 1 or 2 new faces in for that game, but time will tell.